Hi, Aries. We're going to do your 2022 forecast. You are definitely one of the most courageous of the signs. Always ready to try new things. Let's raise the vibration. Take a risk. So let's see what 2022 has in store for you. We're going to read from the Archangel deck. So it looks like the very first card, the Queen of Michael, is the Queen of Swords. Now, one of the things it says on this card, you know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. Notice the key word on there, a time for your career rather than relationships. Now, one of the things about Aries, you're a very independent sign. And that's one of the things about it is you're the opposite of Libra. Libra is very into relationships, and it's so vital and it's so important to their well-being. But for you, you're very good at putting yourself first, which is really important to do. Sometimes people could take you that you're being a little bit selfish about certain things. But we do need to put our oxygen mask on first before we can help other people. Of course, you're well aware of that going into that. So career looks like it's going to be more of a focus that you're going to be focusing on a little more than relationships. We will look at love though. So of course, some of you are going to have love. You have to, but we'll kind of see, as far as being a priority and things, there are going to be other things that are going to be more of a priority for you. Now the Crossy card, this is interesting. From one of the other signs I got this too, this is a Tower card, and in this deck it is Change Your Life. So it's a lot softer of a Tower card because it's in this particular deck. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free from procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. And just like I told the other sign, the main thing about this, and it was in the same exact position, okay? A lot of change for spiritualists is coming. Okay, there is a push for it. But one of the things is, don't be resistant. When Spirit is saying, I need this to change, that to change, and so forth, it is in your best interest. If you are resistant to it and you try to do things the same old way, it's going to be hard. It'll be a hard year for you if you do that. So Spirit is really emphasizing some changes need to be made in your life and stuff. And do not put them off anymore, because it's going to get tougher. It's going to get tougher when we resist the Spirit, okay? Let's see what card is here. Okay, this is good. The Page of Wands. And follow your passion. And this is good. There's that fire energy of that Aries. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. And see, that's this card is very Aries oriented. Adventure awaits you. You need an adventure. You need excitement. You thrive on this. You get bored easily. You get very bored easily, and it's hard to sit still. So that's one of the things, is following your passion. Be optimistic. Be courageous. Go forward with it, is what Spirit is saying, especially in career, especially in the realm of career. And I feel like a lot of you Aries are going to be doing things in 2022 that people are going to at first tell you that's not going to work. You are crazy if you think you can pull that off. There is going to be, and you're going to be like, you know what, I'm doing it anyway, because you're Aries and that's what you do. When people are saying you can't do this, you can't do that, that just makes you want to prove them wrong. Okay, that just makes you want to prove them wrong. So you're going to go forward with it anyway. You're going to go forward with it anyway. And you should. Spirit is saying it's okay to take a risk. This is your nature. It is okay to take a risk and go for that which you really love, which you want to do, where your heart is. It's okay to take a risk. You are a good risk taker. It's not just any old risk. You know when a risk is worth taking. You know when it's worth taking. If something isn't worth it, you won't do it. You're not dumb. Okay? But if something is worth it and it can really pan out and become something very positive for you and very beneficial for you, you will take that risk. And Spirit is saying you can do that this year. And then we've got the Six of Ariel, which is the Six of Earth. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. So receiving gifts and the manifestation is going to really pan out. And Aries is a pretty good manifester because they've got that fire in them. And so a lot of, if you have struggled over the last year with manifestation, I feel like a lot of you that had the struggle are going to start getting noticed. The Queen of Michael is the Queen of Swords, which is air. A lot of you are going to realize that you've got the drive and the energy and effort, but the positive thinking was kind of an issue with you. And that one of the things is you need your thoughts to match your energy and your passion. And once you get those two in alignment, like this, here's my thoughts, here's my passion. Once you get those two in alignment, it's going to work out. Okay, is what Spirit is saying. That's all you got to do is change a little bit of the way you think and then put all that energy behind that positiveness. Okay, and there you go. And then the Five of Gabriel, we may have a little bit of conflict and some challenges going forward in 2022 with some others that you will be dealing with. A little bit of drama, a little bit of stuff. And one thing is Aries does not back down from a fight and definitely doesn't back down from a challenge. But I feel like, and sometimes it's okay to stand up to the challenge. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But Spirit is saying, don't waste your energy in the wrong thing. If you're going to face a certain conflict, just make sure it's not a waste of your energy. If you can somehow change some minds and change some opinions for the better, show people another way, great. But if they're just set in their ways, there's no point. There's going to be a lot going on, a lot to juggle with the Two of Earth here. A lot to juggle and stuff. And notice he's balancing, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. So it's important to balance everything. Make sure to balance your spiritual and physical life very well, which is very important. Don't neglect your spiritual life and everything. And one of the things that sometimes, Aries can do is sometimes they do neglect their spiritual life a little bit. Okay? Because they get very caught up in their pursuits and their passions. They're such a passionate sign that sometimes they can neglect a little bit of that. So don't forget to tap into your spiritual self, which is very important. And then we got the Four of Cups here. Watch out for missed opportunities. We always have a warning with that. Don't miss out on opportunities that are going to be presented. Now, you may have an opportunity present itself this coming year, that at first you're going to want to shrug off. And I always give the warning when I see the Four of Cups, which is the Four of Raphael. There may be an opportunity that presents itself. At first you want to shrug it off. Take the opportunity, though. It's going to be the best thing for you. Okay? Take the opportunity. It's going to lead to good things. And one of the things here, and that's what I'm saying, Five of Ariel also can be about that too. Like if we worry too much, it can be a worry card. Like I worry about finances. Some of you may be a little worried about finances going into 2022. But if you're not being reckless and stuff, there you go, the Ten of Earth and stuff. If you're not being reckless and you're smart and everything, it's one thing to take a risk. It's another thing to be reckless. Okay, look at the differences there. But as long as you're not reckless and thing, your finances will be fine. Which is what's the Ten of Ariel is saying, that finances will be met and everything like that. But just make sure to take the right opportunity. And then the end is the King of Ariel, which is the King of Earth. And look at that. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success. Using resources wisely. Okay? That is the key thing. So it looks like, what I kind of feel looking at this layout here, what we've got going on. In the beginning of the year, you're going to be a little bit worried about finances. There'll be a little bit of struggle there and everything. But then another opportunity is going to present itself, which is going to be a good one. Now, I know I've read for some Aries, there's been some job change after job change after job change. I have noticed with some of the Aries. And one of the things is they are very headstrong. You're very headstrong. And if you're not being treated right in a job or career, that's the thing. Like where the Capricorn may put up with certain things for a little while and stuff, the Aries is not. And if things aren't working out, or they're not being treated right, or if they're disrespected, that's it, they're out. Okay? So one of the things, though, is just be careful with that. Don't, before you walk away from anything, which some of you may be doing that again. Before you walk away from everything, have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. Okay, have something to fall back on first. Don't just quit your job and be out of work for 3 months. Okay, back yourself up. Put in the resumes, this, that, do it on the down low. Do it on the down low so they don't know and everything. And then when you line up with another opportunity, and I do feel Aries is finally going to get a lucky break and get a good opportunity popping up this year, something they can settle with and stick with for a little bit longer and stuff. But that's the thing. There's a lot of pride there in the Aries. There's a lot of pride there. So that's what causes them sometimes to quit, change job, this, that. First, any kind of slight, they can get very fiery, very passionate, get a little temper, and things like that. And that's one of the things you got to tame. We got to be able to tame that and everything. But as long as you can do that, tame that and everything, we're going to have some really good financial success. Okay, which is going to be good. Now, I know you want to know about love. You're a little concerned about that first card, right? But career, getting to a stable place, okay, is really important for Aries. Okay, getting that stability, because some of you have dealt with some instability over the last couple of years, with COVID and things like that. Things got a little crazy and stuff. But you're just not one to settle. That's the reason why you keep changing things. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, Aries, there's Spirit is really emphasizing and stuff. Look at this card. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I really feel for 2022, when it comes to relationships, your career, Spirit wants you to put it first for a while. Because Spirit, the reason why, and it's not because of any kind of materialism type of issue. It's not that. It is an issue of getting stable, is what Spirit wants you to do. Get stable and secure, because you're an independent sign. Okay? And you know how it is. When you get out there, you have no one to lean on. You have no one to help you. Okay? Spirit kind of has put you on one of those paths with you being born into this sign, that there's very few people you could kind of lean on to help you along the way. So you may have parents who made you move out when you were 18, that kind of thing and stuff. So establishing yourself, in the world and having a good solid foundation. The problem at times is Aries, if they get real wrapped up in a relationship, starts blowing this. And you know who you are. You start blowing it, you start making mistakes, you have a fight with your boyfriend, so you go into work late, you start neglecting your duties, he keeps texting you and you're answering your phone at work, just stuff like that. You let this stuff affect you. Okay, you let this stuff affect you. And that's what Spirit is saying, is like, you got to stop doing that. And there are some of you, Aries, that have lost it all, before, maybe got married in the wrong thing because you took a risk, okay? And you got married in the wrong thing. You had to rebuild yourself again. Or you had a relationship and you had to rebuild yourself again. Okay? So Spirit, that's why, Spirit loves love and loves it when relationships are working out and all that. But Spirit really wants you to emphasize becoming a stable force. Okay? A force of nature for 2022. Getting your independence. Getting a solid foundation. And then when you're more stable, when you're in a good place, then you'll be ready for love. But I do get the attraction card. You are naturally attractive. You've got that passion, that fire, and men and women are drawn to it. So for my Aries men and women, you attract romantic love. Enjoy this moment fully. So you will still attract some romantic love, but Spirit gives a warning. So it won't be, don't worry, you won't be relationshipless, and of course, obviously, there are those who are married as well. Okay. But one of the things for those who are single, a lot of you will attract someone, but just make sure career and finances, applies. Now, for my married Aries, you're already married and things like that. One of the things I feel Spirit is emphasizing is just, when you're married, you're a unit and this and that, but you always still want to have kind of your own independence as well, your own thing. I'm real big on people having their own bank accounts, for example, their own money and things like that. So developing yourself and building yourself in 2022, like if you kind of stayed home for the last couple of years and things like that, you may want to get out there and start building yourself and building your career, and getting yourself up there. Okay? So I do hope that helped. Oh, wait, we almost forgot. We got to pull tarot for these. I almost forgot to pull tarot for these. I got all into this. Okay, hold on. For love tarot. See what Spirit has to say. Almost forgot my love tarot. Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Spirit's talking about, man. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Spirit is really, see this, the Ten of Pentacles. We talked about that. That's the one, the wealth, the career stability, that can really emphasize that good abundance. Notice it's reversed. So Spirit warns, that if you end up in the wrong relationship here and you start postponing your career, your aspirations, say you neglect your small business you started and things like that, it's going to affect you financially. Okay, and we need to build that solid foundation. Now, some of you are dealing with a little bit of depression right now. You're not exactly happy where you want to be. With the Knight of Swords, you want love. You've had a lot of setbacks, a lot of heartaches, and things like that. But, at this time, just focus on your independence and everything like that. That's the main thing. But I know I've got this Princess of Hearts and stuff. And one of the things I kind of look at this, as it's the Princess of Hearts, which is the Princess of Cups, is you hold out for those who treat you like a princess and everything, Hold out for those who are going to treat you like a princess. And then with the Seven of Cups in the reverse position, I feel with some of you, any kind of things that we are attaching ourselves to that aren't healthy, we want to kind of release there. And one of the things, even in the wrong relationships, attaching ourselves to the wrong relationships, we got to watch out for. And then even that Ace of Wands reverse. I look at the Ace of Wands reverse, what Spirit is kind of saying, and one of the things, Aries can be a very sexual sign. It's a very fiery sign. A lot of energy. Passion is a big thing. What I feel like Spirit is saying, don't get into relationships just based on attraction, just based on passion, and things like that. Because you could get led the wrong way. You get into that passion, fire, chemistry, energy, and it makes you do silly things. So Spirit's just saying, just be careful. Keep your head above your passions. Okay? Now we got it. But yeah, you could have a very good, nice career type of year, which is looking really good. They have a really good career type of year. But Spirit wants you to emphasize that. I mean, even when I'm pulling from the romance angels and it pulls the finance and career card. Okay? I mean, it's Spirit saying something there. Spirit saying something. And everything. We got to accomplish some goals here. Okay, so let's pull from the crystal angels. Okay, so we've got the card Wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. That's great. So if any of you have been dealing with any kind of health concerns, I'm not generally a health reader, but since the card comes up, it's popping up here. If any of you have been dealing with any kind of health issues for the last couple of years, you've got the Wellness card, which is good. And make sure to take care of that. Take care of yourself. Eat right. Everything. Sleep right. You got the Ruby. Bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So any of you who are wounded from past relationships, you're kind of hurting from that, reach out. Reach out to friends. Hey, there's Facebook groups. We know that. Spiritual support is really big. Really coming into your spiritual center to heal is very important. But yes, Ruby is a good healer. And then we've got the card Multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. So I feel like some of you are kind of facing a situation, with someone that you're kind of thinking about. And just like it says, there are many layers and dimension to the situation or person. So, and that's one of the things you got to focus on yourself here. You got to really focus on yourself for 2022. Put yourself first. You're an independent sign. You got to bring forth your independence. Okay. Okay, we're going to pull from Story Beginnings. And my foot is falling asleep. Everything is as you've created. All you create offers your lessons in life. Remember that too. We're creators. All the signs are creators. Okay, we are creators. So we got to take responsibility. When we take responsibility for the direction our life is going, then we have more power over it. What does your heart want? Be free to manifest your heart's desires. So see, that's what things you're a good manifester. What do you really want? But really think deeply about that. Think deeply. What I would say, really look at what is best for your spirit. What is best for your spirit when you focus on what you really want? All is at your fingertips. What has been created by one can be had by all. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's pull your shadow card. Wow. It's so funny. I keep getting the same cards for some of you guys. The universe. And that's the thing. You've got, it's at your fingertips. It's right there. You can make this your year. This can be a really good year. You can make it your year. But a lot of this is really about stepping back, stepping into your power. For some of you, stepping back into your power and everything, getting that control over your life you really need. And let's read from the Power of Love. So I've got the card Willingness. You are able to compromise in the end if the end result is love. So I look at that. That is a very interesting one because we were talking about if the end result is love. With some kind of compromise. Be careful what you compromise, though. I feel like Spirit is also saying that. That you have the ability to do that, but be careful with it. But key word, if the end result is love. Not, if it's not, it's not. Now, for some of you, I know some of you are dealing with a broken heart right now. I can definitely feel it in this read. The forgiveness card, and that is another one that's popped up again today. You are now able to activate the power of love in order to release past hurts. It's time to be able to forgive, and it's time to be able to let go. That this is the year to do it. Anybody that you are kind of holding in the attic of your mind, you need to release the burden. It is only hurting yourself. Okay? And that's what things, and once you do it, and once you kind of release it, I know it's hard. I know it's super hard to do. But once you do it, it's going to raise your vibration and set you free. And then we've got the card Cause Effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. Look at that. The love you create in your thoughts. Okay? So we want to really, really look at thoughts that are loving. That also are loving to even you. Loving thoughts about yourself is very important. Loving thoughts about yourself. So this is going to be a positive year, but I feel like Spirit really wants you to focus. I know some of you that are waiting for the one don't want to hear this read. I know. But Spirit wants you to really focus on getting that stability, especially with career and with life and things like that. But any of my males or females that are kind of single right now and stuff, it doesn't mean you won't have a relationship. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, would no Aries have a relationship? I mean, some of you are married. But there are those of you, a good majority of you, whose Spirit wants you to really focus on your independent selves. Okay? Which is very important. Like building up a good, solid foundation, for you to grow. Because they want to propel you. Okay? They want to propel you out there and get you out there, okay? And because you are leaders. A lot of Aries are leaders of the zodiac. I do hope you enjoyed your forecast.